What's up, everybody? Evan from Stock Market News here, trying a little bit of a different format here on YouTube, doing a daily recap video. I thought, who could be better than myself to go through and keep you updated on what's happening in the stock market every single day. All right, let's take a look at one or two of the biggest stories, and we'll take a look through my timeline. One of the big ones here from the start is Red Lobster is considering declaring for bankruptcy. They're in talks with a couple different companies about what that process could look like. They are considering going for Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing as it looks to restructure debt. Change up and protect its balance sheet. Definitely something to keep on watch. They're still just in the discussion phase on this one, but who knows? When these stories have tended to happen recently, they've gone down the route of the bankruptcy actually unfolding. So we're gonna keep this one on watch. Red Lobster. I'm sure a couple of you guys used to go to this place a lot. Maybe some of you still do. We will see how many stores they have in the near future. The other big story on the day, I think this one is pretty huge as well, is Amazon Prime memberships in the US are up 8% year over year. They are now around 180 million US shoppers as of March. This is according to Consumer Intelligence Research Partners, but 180 million US shoppers now have access to Amazon Prime. Now, that's not 180 million US subscribers, paying subscribers, sorry. Let me find the exact part on here. Here it is. The firm measures the number of people who have access to Prime, which is greater than the actual number of subscribers sold by Amazon. But the 180 million users is still more than half of the U.S. population has access to Amazon Prime, which is pretty crazy reach. Only comparable with some of those other Magnificent Seven names, the Facebooks, the Apples, etc., the Googles of the world. So definitely a lot of people using that Amazon Prime membership, and pretty crazy to see a product that big still growing at 8% per year. All right, let's take a look back at the timeline. Let's zoom out of this one a little bit and scroll down on some of the biggest stories, what we're watching, and help you guys get ready for the day. Quickly, these are the stocks that report earnings tomorrow, Wednesday, April 17th. Get those in there. Here is the heat map on the day. This is from Finviz. Interesting here. You can see how the market did with the Apple down 1.9%, Tesla, Bank of America, and a few others, J&J, Applied Materials, bringing out the downside, which there is definitely a little bit more down than green here. But United Health was an upside spot. Nvidia, Morgan Stanley, Schwab, General Electric, even Boeing was up today. Interesting one. So a little bit of a diverse day, definitely not a trend day. And not the biggest of moves across the board, with a few names standing out. As we look through a couple more of the stories from the day, we have Tesla closed right at a $500 billion market cap. So we will see that we're at a pretty key level. As you can see, but looking back to the 52-week lows, we're pretty much right there. I think the level was around 152 something, so it kind of got close to the line earlier today, but didn't quite cross it. Keep that one on your radar. Amazon and AMD confirming when they'll be reporting earnings. It's kind of sad that all these news headlines are still here on the side. I didn't even look at any of them. MLB. Oh well. Red Lobster declaring or possibly declaring for bankruptcy. We already read out that story. Canada increased capital gains tax on firms and individuals. We have multiple U.S. states are looking into Webull for potentially disclosing client information to China. I think this one actually could be a big story. It also could very much be a nothing burger. We'll see. They're still kind of just gathering the information and gearing up to do it. So I would be surprised if anything ends up coming out of this, but I'm not surprised to see the story and the early stages being put in of looking into Webull. A good amount of stocks hit new 52-week lows today. You can look at them here. I'm a fan of looking at this one. J&J, GameStop, AMC, Rivian, Neo, Lucid. A lot of these EV names joining in Tesla, getting close to those 52-week lows. A little bit of Elon Musk commentary. This was that Amazon story. We did have Jerome Powell speaking today. This was a pretty big market mover. He was a little bit more hawkish on his commentary. You can read what he was saying there, but basically saying that we're not quite there yet on the data, and that some of the data we've gotten actually has been a little bit hot. So We'll see there. It was very interesting to see that commentary from Powell, and then getting the opposite side of it with a European Central Bank official. We even had the president who spoke at some point today saying that the ECB will be cutting rates on June 6th at their next meeting, barring a major shock. So we'll see if other central banks around the world starting to cut rates puts a little bit more of the time clock on Jerome Powell. Definitely something we're keeping an eye on. Nvidia announcing a new chip. That's great, but probably not in the gonna do too much when you're making so much crazy money with AI right now. Intel releasing 2 new AI chips for China with reduced capabilities. That was another story to watch today. We had a couple analyst reports. Now, it is important with these reports to actually look in kind of behind them and why they're moving their targets or why they're initiating coverage. But I do like to just look at the reports themselves and from a top level and just kind of see what to look into. But you can see all of these ones with Evercore initiating coverage on NVIDIA and AMD and Stifel and UBS and HSBC with a good little bit of price target upgrades going on there. We even had Gordon Johnson, long time Tesla bull, bear, definitely not a bull, with a $22.86 price target. Very specific in there. Fair enough, but this is his Super Bowl. And he's had a lot of years of suffering with Tesla stock going up, being a bear, and now when it's going down, I guess he's definitely making sure that everyone knows it. We had a couple of the earnings this morning. Here are those ones: Bank of America, J&J, Morgan Stanley, United Health. We had Johnson & Johnson increasing its dividend, 61st year in a row, I believe that is. Let's go back up and look. Yeah, right here, 62nd year in a row. I shortchanged them a year. Of increasing their dividend there, but that is the majority of the big news stories from today. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for always supporting what I'm doing. I'm really trying to get YouTube going this year. That's my goal for the year. So I'm trying out different formats. If you're still here, that means either you enjoy this video or you're a fan of what I'm doing. So first, I really appreciate you, but leave a comment down below on what you thought of this format. I want honest feedback. Know if this is something that we want more of. Know if this is something that we should end up putting to the side and trying different formats. I have a lot of different concepts in the works right now, so we should be getting a lot more YouTube content. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will catch you all on the next one. Appreciate you guys.